welcome back to KB Wrestling. I'm KB Wrestling, or you can call me Kyle. And this video is a bit different. It's the second one today. I just put my SmackDown Live review out, but this one's gonna be different. Like I said, I want to try to do different things on this channel. I did one story time, and I haven't done anything since. This one's not a story time; it's different, but promise I'll try to do more story times too, or more new videos in the future. I know I'm going to do another vlog soon in December. I'll give you a hint. It is for a SmackDown Live pay-per-view that's coming in December 17th to be exact. That's going to be well, you'll find out. I think you'll know once if you figure it out. But yeah, this is a different type of video. I'm going to do a review on the movie I just saw, Jigsaw. I saw it with Mr. Yellow 28. He said he might be doing a review too, so I'll put a link to his channel in the description. But let's get this thing rocking. It was a great movie, Jigsaw. I saw it yesterday on Halloween. It was very, very good. My favorite was originally number one because of the plot twist. And yes, you know what? Well, hold up. Because in number one, I liked it for the plot twist at the end where we find out Jigsaw was in the room the whole time with them because he was pretending to be a dead body. I like the plot twist. That's why it made it my favorite Saw movie. I'm talking about number one right now. But yesterday, seeing Jigsaw, the new one that's out right now, that is right now because of what happens in it, my new favorite. And again, because of a plot twist. Now, before I go any further with this video, click off right now because there is going to be spoilers. So I'm going to give you 5 seconds to click off if you don't want to be spoiled. Alright. I like this movie because it starts off with almost a chase scene with a guy and cops, and he ends up saying, "Oh, it's either my life or yours. It's the game's begun." He pushes a button, and then we go to 5 people chained up in a room. He gets shot by the cops after he pushes the button. But the 5 people start moving on. They have a bucket on their face with a chain. They kind of look like Plankton from SpongeBob on that in the SpongeBob movie when he put the buckets on everyone and started mind controlling them. And they start going towards getting pulled towards a bunch of blade saws that are running, and we hear John, who is the name of the killer, Saw. He says, "I want blood," so they have to cut themselves to not be like completely cut and just dead. So they all cut themselves and they survive that round of the game, except for one guy. He gets killed because he didn't wake up in time and hear the rules, so he died. But we're into the next room. 3 people. No. 4. A girl, a guy, and a guy. Mitchell, Ryan, and Anne or Anna is what I think her name was. The blonde, I forget her name, but Jigsaw's like, "Oh, what's a life worth to you?" And someone was injected with a poison or something, and they need a cure. So 3 vials up, and you have to. They're about to get hanged by the chain, so they have to inject the right person with the cure. But there's 3 needles, and they have to pick one. 2 needles are filled with acid, and the other one is with the cure. Long story short, Ryan ends up stabbing the blonde girl. I forget her name, not the other girl I said, because she's the one they're talking about, and he stabs her with all 3. They're all released and freed, and well, I think you would know the acid seeps through her skin, and she ends up dying. And now she is the second one dead. And there's 3 left: Mitchell, Ryan, and Ann. Now, before I get in any further, I'm just gonna say this. I really enjoyed Saw, and I recommend seeing it to those of you who haven't seen it. But if you're not into horror movies, I would see this just because it's not actually that scary. It's more of a mystery almost, and there's some twists. But anyways, back to the movie. After she dies, they go into the next room, and Ryan gets trapped. He has the pretty much either sacrifice his leg or let the other two die. He ultimately sacrifices his leg, and neither one of them die. But then Mitch has to. Well, I'll get to Mitch in a second. Right now, the cops are actually all looking for, obviously, the people in the game to help them. There's this girl named Eleanor, a doctor, and another doctor named Logan. Two cops, a black one, I forget his name, and Henner, or I forget how to say his name, but a white cop too. They suspect the doctor because he has PTSD from war and stuff. And then they also suspect Eleanor because she's a fan of Saw and subscribes to his website. Well, fan-based website. Now, they find dead bodies, and Eleanor has a room dedicated to Saw traps. One of the machines that he's killed someone with, she says that it's been used in like his first ever, Jigsaw's first ever killing spree, and was never the bodies were never found, and that she didn't think the thing was ever used, but it might have been. But long story short, she's a suspect, and she happens to be a fan of Saw, so that incriminates her, makes her look like she is helping Saw. But back to the game. Ryan and them. Mitchell has to. He gets trapped. He has to either. He has a. He his backstory is he let Jigsaw's. I can't believe the odds, but Jigsaw's nephew die by selling him about a motorcycle. He has to reach down and the blades like spinning really fast to push a brake from a motorcycle, and it'll stop the engine. The girl Anna saves him by jamming something in the thing, and it stops the machine. But stupid him, instead of pressing the brake anyways, he doesn't. He starts like, oh woo! So boom, thing snaps, thing comes back on, and he ends up dying, getting shredded up because he was stupid and didn't hit the brake, and he's dead. There's down to two then. Now they end up getting knocked out. Well, now the cop is there with the doctor and the other doctor. They're trying to free those people, and he's trying to capture them because he thinks they did it. So now, back to the game. They're trapped in the room. John, who everyone thinks is dead, Jigsaw, is alive, and he's, because he died in the last one before this one. He's, talking to them, and he's like, oh, here's your one chance to live. Choose wisely. This is just Ryan and Anna left now. He puts a shotgun down with one bullet in it, and he said, choice is yours, and leaves. Now, Anna ultimately gets the gun first since Ryan lost his leg. She ultimately, I'm shooting Ryan. I'm gonna shoot you. I'm sorry. Ryan's like, no, no. And then, right as she's about to pull the trigger, Ryan figures out what Jigsaw meant. And he's like, wait, everything's played backwards. And don't. Because she shoots, but it comes back into her face and she kills herself. He realizes what he meant because Jigsaw was tricked with words. He said, here lies your key to your way out. And he put a key in the shell that exploded in her face and killed her. So it broke the key that was inside the shell, and Ryan figures that out, starts screaming, and he's like, no, no, because he's trapped there forever now. He can't get out because the key's broken. But, so pretty much it ends right there with Ryan and them. Back to the cop and the two doctors. The two doctors are trying to find where the ultimately where Ryan is. But anyway, they all end up getting knocked out except for Eleanor. She escapes and is running for help. But the cop and the other guy, Dr. Logan, is like this in a neck restraint and lasers around them. Now, Logan and John Jigsaw ends up talking to them and saying, "Oh, confess, and then you'll be released." Ultimately, the doctor confesses first, saying he's the one that accidentally switched up the names on Jigsaw's cancer X-rays, and that's why he wasn't. He was diagnosed later with cancer rather than spotting it early, and then he ends up dying. And the other guy has to confess too now because he ends up getting dragged and has to try to confess. But shockingly enough, the doctor is still alive. He's been working with Saw the whole time. So we thought. But really, we were seeing the dead bodies from his game. But what we were seeing was 10 years ago, apparently, he was the guy, like I said, that died first in the game, but Jigsaw ended up saving him and didn't think his life was worth it for an honest mistake. So, long story short, the doctor was working with Saw the whole time, and, well, Saw's still dead. He's still dead. He had cancer, he died. But he was the new Saw of this, pretty much. And ultimately, he kills the cop because he thinks it's his fault his wife died. Eleanor provides the alibi, he said, because she was with him the whole night. So he gets away, kills the cop, and we were really seeing the game from 10 years ago that Jigsaw originally did. Ryan's ultimately dead. They show him as a skeleton because, been 10 years. Um, so ultimately, we were seeing an old game that when Jigsaw was still alive, but we were seeing the dead bodies of the new game. I thought it was a very great movie. I give it a 10 out of 10. My new favorite Jigsaw movie, my Saw movie in general, because of the huge plot twist at the end. And I know I did a bad job in this describing the movie, but it's my first movie review. I'm sure there might be more in the future. I don't know, but it's trying something different. I'm just testing some stuff, trying to grow my channel. But I thank you guys all. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like this. I yeah. So that's really the end. I recommend going seeing Saw. It's very cool, very good movie. And shout out to Mr. Yellow. Start with him. And I'll put his channel link in the description. Like I said, he might do a movie review on it as well. And yeah, this is my first movie review. And I will catch you guys later. Please like, share, subscribe if you don't already. If you do, thank you very much. Alright, this video is done. Remember guys, it's YouTube. Stay drama free.